Hi everybody, welcome to Jin's Wall Street News. On Wednesday after the bell, Micron Technology announced financial results for its third quarter fiscal 2025. The company expects current quarter's revenue to rise 15% sequentially. The U.S. Census Bureau and the U.S. Department of Housing, Urban Development reported Wednesday that sales of new single-family houses tumbled 13.7% in May from the previous month. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, the number of Americans receiving benefits after an initial week of aid increased from 1,937,000 to 1,974,000 in the week ended June 14th, the highest since November 2021. The U.S. Census Bureau announced Thursday that new orders for manufactured durable goods jumped 16.4% in May, month over month. 10-year Treasury yield falls to 4.26%. For the U.S. stocks, S&P 500 rose 0.8% and the Nasdaq Composite gained 0.97%. On Wednesday after the bell, Micron Technology announced financial results for its third quarter fiscal 2025, which ended May 29. The company reported $9.3 billion of revenue for the quarter, up 15% sequentially, above its previously estimated revenue of $8.8 billion. Operating income increased 22% from $1.8 billion in fiscal Q2 to $2.2 billion in fiscal Q3. When it comes to the guidance, the company expects current quarter's revenue to be about $10.7 billion, up 15% quarter over quarter. Micron Technology's stock price has almost doubled from $65 on April 4th this year. Micron Technology President and CEO Sanjay Mehrotra said during the conference call, quote, "Looking ahead to fiscal Q4, we see a robust demand environment and expect to grow revenue by 15% sequentially to a record $10.7 billion at guidance midpoint." When it comes to the market outlooks, he added, quote, "We expect calendar year 25 industry DRAM bit demand growth to be in the high teens percentage range and industry NAND bit demand growth to be in the low double-digit percentage range. We expect Micron's bit supply growth to be below industry bit demand growth for non-HBM DRAM and NAND. Over the medium term, we anticipate industry bit demand growth of mid-teens compound annual growth rate for both DRAM and NAND." The U.S. Census Bureau and the U.S. Department of Housing, Urban Development reported Wednesday that sales of new single-family houses tumbled 13.7% from 722,000 in April to 623,000 in May, down 6.3% from 665,000 in May last year. Meanwhile, the median sales price of new houses increased 3.7% from $411,400 in April to $426,600 in May, up 3% from $414,300 in May last year. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, the number of Americans claiming unemployment benefits decreased from 246,000 to 236,000 in the week ending June 21st. However, the number of Americans receiving benefits after an initial week of aid rose from 1,937,000 to 1,974,000 in the week ending June 14th, the highest since November 2021. The U.S. Census Bureau announced Thursday that new orders for manufactured durable goods jumped 16.4% from $295.3 billion in April to $343.6 billion in May, up 19.8% from $286.8 billion in May last year, mainly due to new orders for non-defense aircraft and parts, soaring 230.8% in May, month-over-month. In addition, new orders for non-defense capital goods, excluding aircraft, a closely monitored proxy for business spending plans, increased 1.7% from $74.7 billion in April to $76 billion in May, up 4% from $73.1 billion in May last year. 10-year Treasury yield moved up as new orders for manufactured durable goods jumped 16.4% in May, but it soon dropped as the continuing jobless claims rose to the highest since November 2021. The US dollar index also dropped to around 97, the lowest in 3 years, as the US Department of Labor reported the continuing jobless claims on Thursday, 8:30 a.m. For the US stocks, S&P 500 rose 0.8% and the Dow Jones Industrial Average added 0.94%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq gained 0.97%. Okay, this is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.